welcome back to the channel. I'm JustMoparJoe. So I'm trying to finish up all the little stuff on the Barracuda. I'm kind of just a one-man band here, and I'll show you what I got going on. All right. So to kind of make things go faster, here's what I'm doing. I got my radiator out here. I just cleaned it up, repainted it black. I think it looks pretty good. There it is. So as it's drying, I'm going to try to work on these front accessories. You remember my alternator that I worked on a little while back? I'll need to redo a mount, I think, because the water pump's a little bit different on this 360, which is fine. Not a big deal. Like I said, working on this throttle cable. If you'll notice, that stock bracket that I had is actually really low, and if you were to stick a cable in here or here, it would just run into the intake. So here's what I found in the back room. This is kind of an extension piece. Looks like, I'm not really sure what it came off of, but you're supposed to pull that piece and place that in like that. That'll raise your bracket up some. I might try it like that, but what I've also noticed, if I leave this blue bracket in place, it kind of makes a block, and this one would sit on top of it. If I bend that ear out a little bit, it will kind of raise me up. Then I can take a pair of, well, I'll try it right now and see what happens. Bend her over a little. Did not even chip the paint. That's great. Something like that. And that's getting me a little bit closer to being lined up straight. Get that throttle cable bent around, but you see what I'm working on here. Other things, I've got my shifter installed. I can show you that. This is the Pyromatic 2 by Hurst. I really like it. Hopefully you can see that. This is what I actually stole. I stole it out of the black truck. Don't tell anybody. But my trans is reverse manual. So basically, if that's first, second, third, that's it. There's no messing up. There's no shifting into neutral accidentally or anything like that. Gonna be nice. Got the cover for it right there. So being able to shift consistently, that'll be a big bonus. I need to finish hooking my gauges up today. I've got my ignition I need to throw on the dash and run the wires for it. But just little piddly things. The slicks, you'll notice that one's nice and tight. This one's flat. Reason being, it doesn't have a tube in it. So I can air it up as it is, run it for a day or two, and it goes down. Air it up again, it goes down. So I just went ahead and bought a tube. These are 28, 10, 5, 15 Ws on some centerline wheels. So when I get that wheel off, I may get it polished up too, make it look a little nicer. Just little small things, like I said. It's coming along. I got my new cap. Need to throw my new cap on. My new spark plug wires are at my house instead of here. Chipping away. Anyway, y'all hang out. We'll get some work done. I bent this bracket so it would hold the cable itself straighter. This is using a nylon locking style nut, and it is still loose, so it can pivot right there. See it? Like that. Washer, cotter key into there. You'll notice I got some red grease dripping off here. I'm trying to lube that cable. The cable's got a plastic sheet over it, sheath, whatever you want to call it. So I've crammed grease up into there. And as always, I get my trusty blowgun out, give it a blow. I send the grease where I want it to go. Up in there. Probably a 60-year-old, 50-something-year-old cable. So, little red grease won't hurt anything if I can get it in there. watch it and see how she works. Looks good to me. I had to basically re-shim and totally redo this alternator, which is fine. It's better now. And when the 408 goes in, it'll bolt off here, bolt right on. Stole the water pump drive off of the 408 that was in the truck. I'll get it grounded, get it hooked up. I still got to run the wires to the distributor and run the big boy from the back of the alternator back to my kill switch. Haven't mounted the kill switch yet. That's okay. Let's see what else. That really took a while to do those items. I switched out the bottom pulley and repainted it so it would line up better with the alternator. Had to go to town 3 times for different V-belts. But Blake got me hooked up. Now I think I'm going to throw my brand new looking black radiator in. I pressure washed it, blew it out, and paint it black and put it back. So this is the radiator out of D100. Not my black truck, but a different one. And it was just an original 318 radiator. I did check the hood clearance before I went through the trouble of cleaning this one up. So far so good. I got to throw in some bolt holes, actually drill a couple holes because none of these line up. Except, I'll take that back. One hole lines up in the entire match here. Not a biggie. Part of a custom deal. Yeah. Alright, so I know that other video kind of ended abruptly. But I had a lot of work to do and I didn't have time to film it all. Got the cutoff switch in. It's mounted nicely to the body. I went ahead and polished those brackets so they wouldn't rust. I got the slick tube put in the slick, aired up, ready to go. Took it down the highway. All my shifters in. Hopefully you can see that. Shifters in. I've cleaned out the interior a couple times and it keeps getting full of crap. I still haven't patched that piece of carpet. Joe came over and helped me. He got the headlights in for me, which looks so much better. Bezels. I've got the pieces of trim that go right there. That'll be coming at some point. It's about 6:30 in the morning, the day of the races. I need to get this drum off and get it turned. It's got a drag to it that is going to slow me down if I don't. So I got my wrench out. I'm going to get it turned and get it all back together, but we should be able to go to the races today.